Welcome and thank you very much for checking out my review of Onward, the latest Pixar offering directed by Scanlon and starring Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. Set in a suburban fantasy world, two teenage elf brothers, Ian and Barley Lightfoot, go on a journey to discover if there's still a bit of magic out there, just for a chance to try and spend one more day with their father, who died when Barley was very young and before Ian was born. As you guys probably know if you followed me for a while, I'm a huge Pixar fan. I grew up with a lot of their movies and I've loved most of their films up until today. They're one of the best working studios out there. They put out nothing but amazing movies for the most part. Yet, I didn't love any of the trailers for Onward. And this is my jam, a fantasy world filled with elves, unicorns, dragons, trolls, pixies, and whatnot. I should be so in for this. Yet, I wasn't going into it. Coming out, however, I was so into it because Pixar has nailed it again. Onward is a fantastic, wonderful, imaginative, and very creative offering from them. First of all, you have two characters that are extremely likable and extremely easy to root for. Two brothers that have a very intense relationship that just grows throughout the film. You learn so much about them just in the first few minutes. They have such different approaches at life and how they see the world, how they see themselves. You find yourself kind of battling which one you relate with. I felt that throughout this entire film, and the film depends a lot on that relationship. And the world is vibrant and creative. The music is spectacular. Pixar really delivered in immersing you into a new world that they have never gone into before. And of course, this film is a fantasy road trip film, and who doesn't love that? I love that aspect of this film because it allows these characters to face situations that they're not comfortable with. It makes these characters get out of their comfort zone and being faced with new situations that they are very unprepared for and think on their feet. That allows these characters to flesh themselves out and find new ways of getting rid of trouble and certain situations that they don't wish to be. And I just love characters like that. They are resourceful, they are smart, they find ways to get out of situations no matter what. And this has got to be one of Pixar's funniest films to date. I laughed out loud a lot throughout this film. The entire theater I was at laughed out loud throughout this film. Not only from their relationship, there's a new boyfriend that their mother has who is hilarious. The world itself just generates for jokes to be thrown out, visual gags and puns and whatnot, and for the most part they really do work. I don't remember a single one that I disliked, but I'm not going to say every one of them is a home run. Most of them were though, and I really shouldn't need to say this, but I always feel the need to, that Pixar's animation is phenomenal. The lighting, the shading, the hairs, the clothing, everything looks so alive and so vibrant, and you just want to be in this world. Once again, they did not disappoint. They get better by movie. And their animation in this film is no different. I adored just looking at this film. But to me, the real genius of Pixar is how they tell you stories. You think it's about something, and maybe it is about that, but there's always a deeper, a bigger meaning, a more important meaning, not only for the storytellers, but for our characters. I really can't go into it more than that, but the way this story wraps up, I didn't see it coming whatsoever. And just like many Pixar films before it, this one made me emotional. I can handpick several of the moments that I teared up, got choked up, my emotions were up there. I can't disclose them to you because, wow, big spoilers for this film. Seriously, stay away from the internet. But this film will get you. Right here, it is profound, it is meaningful, it is deep, it touches you right there. I mean, it wasn't something I expected from this film. But Pixar just knows how to generate these stories about human feelings and emotions and situations. In terms of issues, I have a few especially the middle portion of the film, the pacing feels a bit all over the place at points. It feels like it's not in a rush despite these characters being on a race against the clock. I also have an issue with something that happens in the third act of the film. It's an obstacle that I found, I can't say unnecessary because it needs to be there to keep certain characters separate, but I found that the way they manifested this obstacle didn't really fit with the rest of the film and what the story was about. Nevertheless, I really couldn't recommend this movie more to you. It is probably my favorite movie of the year so far. Those issues that I do have, they are there, I can't deny them, but they really don't take away from the whole experience, from these characters, from this story, from its themes. Seriously, Pixar has hit a home run once more. I'm giving Onward an A-. Now, what did you think of Onward, my beautiful geekies? Let me know in the comments below and tell me what is your favorite Pixar film. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my review for the latest episode of Clone Wars and for The Invisible Man. I'll be back very soon with many more reviews. So until then, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video because it really helps me and the channel out. But most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other, love the movies.